According to psychology, there's a moment when your brain stops believing in effort, not because you're weak, not because you're lazy, but because you've been rowing against the current for so long that your nervous system has learned a devastating lesson. No matter what I do, nothing changes. Today I'm speaking to those who have rowed their boat endlessly at sea and never reached the shore. Those who are not lazy, they sacrificed sleep, sweat, and time, but still didn't succeed. This is not a story about willpower. This is a story about direction, about feedback, and about what happens when effort stops producing results. Picture this: you are rowing. Morning and night, your oars cut through the water, your hands bleed, your muscles ache. You think, if I just keep going, the shore will appear. But days pass and you are still lost in the ocean. You are not lazy, you are rowing against the current. Every stroke is effort, but effort multiplied without the right direction only makes you more exhausted, not closer to land. And when progress doesn't come, your mind begins to whisper, maybe I'm not good enough. Doubt turns into self-blame. And self-blame turns into something colder. It's useless. That's when learned helplessness sets in. Not because you are weak, but because your brain has learned a pattern. Effort equals pain, with no change. And here's what most people don't understand. Your brain is designed to be efficient. When it sees that effort produces no results, it does what any rational system would do. It shuts down motivation to conserve energy. You're not giving up. Your nervous system is protecting you from wasting more resources on a losing strategy. When effort fails repeatedly, the human psyche moves through 3 clear stages. And understanding these stages is the difference between permanent defeat and strategic recovery. Stage 1. Expectation to disappointment. The first failure hurts, but you bounce back. You tell yourself, I'll learn from this. Your belief system is still intact. You still think effort will eventually pay off. Stage 2. Doubt to self-blame. The second, third, fourth failure, now it gets personal. You stop questioning the method and start questioning yourself. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I don't have what it takes. This is where most motivational speakers tell you to believe in yourself more. That advice is garbage when you're in stage 2. Stage 3. Helplessness to withdrawal. This is the danger zone. When the brain believes effort is pointless, motivation doesn't just decrease, it collapses entirely. You stop trying. Not because you chose to quit, but because your nervous system has essentially said, we've gathered enough data. This doesn't work. We're done here. The real tragedy happens between stage 2 and 3, when people stop asking, what am I doing wrong? And start accepting maybe I just can't. That's the moment they lose direction. That's the moment the boat stops moving entirely. Now let's talk about the real reason you're stuck, and it's not what the self-help gurus want you to hear. The problem is almost never willpower. If you've been pushing for months, for years, and nothing changes, the issue is strategy, not character. Specifically, one of 3 things is happening. 1. You're using an outdated method for a new problem. You're applying 2010 solutions to 2025 challenges. You're rowing with techniques that worked in calm waters, but you're in a storm. 2. You lack accurate feedback. You don't actually know what went wrong. You're operating in an information void, making the same mistakes over and over because no one, including yourself, has diagnosed the real problem. 3. You're comparing yourself to the wrong models. You're copying success stories without considering context, resources, timing, or the invisible advantages they had that you don't. These are fixable problems. They're not life sentences. They're navigation errors. If you're seeing yourself in this story, here is your map out of the ocean. Not theory. Not inspiration. Strategy. Step 1. Pause to evaluate, but don't quit. Stop blind effort. Right now, today, spend 1 week documenting everything. What you did, when you did it, what results came. Use numbers, not feelings. I felt like I worked hard is useless data. I spent 40 hours on X and generated 0 sales is actionable information. Step 2. Seek real feedback. Not from your mother who loves you. Not from motivational Instagram quotes. From someone who will tell you the truth. Ask a mentor, ask peers, look at hard data. The right question is not, do you think I can do this? The right question is, exactly where am I failing? If you're building something, put it in front of 5 people. And observe, don't ask if they like it. Observe where they struggle, where they quit, where they look confused. That's your feedback. Step 3. Run small experiments. Ditch the all-in gamble. Stop betting your entire life on one big effort. Break it into 1 to 2 week experiments. One hypothesis, one change, one metric. If I change my approach to X, will Y improve? If it doesn't work, you've learned something valuable. Repeat. The goal is not winning fast. The goal is gathering data until you find the current, until you find the wind that will actually move your boat. Now, here's the psychological truth nobody tells you. Belief in yourself doesn't magically return because someone told you you're special. It doesn't come from affirmations in the mirror. Belief returns from evidence, from what I call building trust through data. Each time you see progress, real, measurable progress, your brain records, this effort was worth it. Your nervous system starts to believe again. Not because of faith, but because of proof. Don't wait for motivation to appear. Create motivation through evidence. Small wins rebuild the neural pathways that learned helplessness destroyed. If you're stranded at sea right now, exhausted, hands bleeding from rowing, wondering if you should just let go of the oars, don't call yourself lazy. Don't listen to people who say, just work harder. Ask instead, am I rowing in the right direction? Do I even have a map? Who will tell me where I'm actually going wrong? Pause, observe, ask, test, repeat. You don't need a miracle. You don't need superhuman willpower. You need a new strategy, honest feedback, and small experiments. When effort becomes aligned, progress returns. When progress returns, hope revives. And when hope revives, life has direction again. You are not lazy. You only need a new map. And today, right now, you can begin to draw it.